So today I'm actually hosting a women's empowerment event called Flourish by one of my mentors, Rochelle Coutura, and it's going to be an amazing event, and it's going to give women permission. It is Women's History Month, so it's going to give women permission to really flourish. And when you think about the word flourish by definition, it always speaks about the environmental atmosphere that shapes a way for something, a person, an animal, a flower to be able to blossom and flourish. And so we're going to create space, create a powerful environment for women to feel seen, feel heard, feel loved, and feel fully joyful. I'm really excited to lead the space as a speaker, as the host, and we just have some wonderful talent that's going to be there. So I'm really excited to be able to be in fellowship with women. And a lot of times women don't get the chance to be still and just have a space to invite joy to come in. So today they're gonna have 4 hours of being able to have joy come into them. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah. Okay, so your main job is chauffeur, right?
Yeah.
What did you make start all these things besides your main job? What was the reason for doing it?
Yeah, I feel like there's more to life. There's just more to life, and I feel like God has blessed me with a number of talents, and I would be crazy to not live out all of my talents and sharpen all of my gifts to be able to give of myself to humanity. And just driving, I look at it as a metaphor. Like I'm a conduit for conversation. I'm a conduit for getting people to and from their destination, whether it be mentally, physically, location wise, and just being able to do it through multiple platforms. I enjoy writing, and writing is one of the most powerful tools because I read a lot. So I understand the power of reading somebody's words, reading somebody's life on paper, and just being able to channel that energy and be empowered as myself to be able to write and encourage people through that. So I think it's important to just use all of your talents, because if you're blessed with it, it's for a reason. So don't hoard your gift. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't hoard your gift.
As for a woman who's in your position years ago, has one job and wants to start expanding herself, what would you say to her?
I would say take a moment, take a weekend, take a day, take some time to really think about what you love and what you do naturally, and how you can actually dive into that as a purpose rather than a job. So a lot of times people get caught up in their title, and then they think that that's all that they are. Some people get caught up in the title of their job at work, or their title as a mother, or a title as a wife, and forget about the passionate things that are at your core that you might have buried, at a certain point in your life. So I would just say take a moment to be still and take inventory of things that you would love to do and start exploring. I think a lot of people stop being curious, and that is something that is ultimately necessary for you to be in a realm of discovery for your life. So take time to be curious, to discover, to wander, to wonder, and see what comes up. Start journaling and see what comes up out of that exploration. And then from there, you get to choose. You definitely get to choose what kind of life you want to build, what kind of life you want to lead. And if you choose to live a joyful life and a happy life, you will find a pocket where that peace resides. So yeah.
What would you say will be 3 main sources for inspiration, good things, obviously the event, but what else? A book or a movie Maybe a mentor. I don't know.
Yeah, all those things, right? A mentor is very powerful, and sometimes people think they need direct mentors. I have so many mentors because I listen to a number of podcasts, I watch YouTube videos, and I create my mentors. I read a lot of books. I would say a good book to read is Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. And she is a powerful speaker, but a powerful author. Someone I would say to listen to would be a woman named Lisa. She has a podcast called Seasoned Dialogue. She is phenomenal. Her tone is very soothing. It's like a virtual hug when you listen to her. And let's see, one more. So I did a book, did a podcast, or a YouTube video. I would say also watch women, like literally watch, be in an atmosphere with women. So whether it's going to an event, finding a networking event to go to, using Eventbrite to find things that are going on right in your neighborhood, because there are so many people curating events, and it goes to waste in a sense because some people are just not looking for it. So I feel like if you seek, you will find, and there are so many communities waiting for you to be a part of it. It's just that you have to go outside. I know a lot of women get stuck in this isolation phase and kind of like it there, and they become homebodies, and they're like, oh, I don't want to go outside, it's too much. But there is a community of people that are waiting for you. I posted the other day on Facebook saying, like, humans are communal. Don't get stuck in the isolation. Find ways to build community, because that is where you heal, that is where you grow, that is where you inspire and get inspired. So yeah, find your tribe and just grow.
So for the last question, how life has changed for you since you started like developing all these like kind of side things from your job, like grow as a person? How life changed for you in that way?
Yeah, exposure is everything, and I try my best to find nuance and balance in everything that I see, every person that I come in contact with. I'm like a seeker looking to learn from everything that is around me. So I've become a better woman, a better person, just because I explore and I expose myself to new things, new places, new journeys, different perspectives. And I appreciate the way that I think, because I have such a catalog of sorts in my head where I'm able to really hone in on what I believe, but in the context of being a constant student of life. And I think it has changed me for the better. It really has changed me for the better. So I have a number of things going on, and one of the big overarching parts of my life right now is loving you into freedom. And it started out as something that my partner and I would just say as a term that consoled us as we were navigating this space. He was wrongfully convicted and served 10 years in prison. And after reconnecting with him, we realized, like, yeah, I'm gonna love you into freedom. And that means like without judgment. That means to edify somebody, to give them the tools that are necessary to be able to finish that experience in a powerful way. And I think because we were successful at it, we wanted to give the tips and the tools that we learned along the way to other people. So writing the book Loving You Into Freedom, and also creating the nonprofit organization Loving You Into Freedom, is geared to really supporting the friends, the families, and the community that have loved ones who are incarcerated. And in that, we just we teach core values, confidence, and building relationships and restoring relationships, reducing recidivism, all the things that we know that are necessary in rehabilitation, but there isn't too much of a focus from like a wellness standpoint. And so spearheading that movement has been like the ultimate like community service, and Roy and I have like put a lot of thought into it, and it's such a lived experience that we've channeled into creating resource for it. So I'm excited for the work that is going to do on the world. Our goal is to impact 10 million people or more, because there are 2.3 million people that are incarcerated in the United States right now, and we know that at least 3 to 4 people love them, and so that's where we get our 10 million number. And so we're doing our part. We know that it takes collective effort, and it's just so important for us to know that you don't have to embrace the isolation and the shame that is attached to incarceration. Especially if you are supporting someone, you can actually embrace a different perspective, and we teach that new perspective, and it shifts the tone just even by us saying loving you into freedom. So yeah.
Amazing.